Hey everyone, this is Grady at SUBOVERLAND, and in this video I'll be going over the top things that go wrong in the 07 to 14 Chevy Suburban and GMC Yukon XL in this platform. Let's get right into it. This is a 2013? 14. It's a 2014 Chevy Suburban, so last year they made these. And I just wanted to do a quick little video of some things that can go wrong on these that I've seen over the years. Number one that everyone will talk about till they're blue in the face is the AFM stuff, so active fuel management. In 07, GM decided to do this thing called AFM, active fuel management. Essentially, you can go on 4-cylinder mode when you're like coasting or in the highway and things like that. And when you need the power, it activates all 8 cylinders, so it switches from 4 to 8 cylinders. And that caused some issues that didn't come up in prior generations. The most being lifter problems. And so with that, switching in between 4 and 8 cylinders, you would cause the lifters to prematurely fail sometimes. And then you also had some oil consumption if you were towing with these models. You could also have a camshaft failure on some of their, and that was all directly related to AFM. Now, having said that, still great vehicles. This one has 185K. Gosh, mine 250, I think. Anyway, they're really good vehicles, and they have a lot of pros. But if I was being, 100%, transparent and everything, just like I always am, I hope you guys feel that. The 2000 to 2006 version of the Suburban with the 5.3 or the 6.0, those are I would say, better engine for longevity. So those are my 2 cents, and that is directly related to that AFM. These AFM engines, some of them go a long time. I would say most of them. So they kind of get a bad rap. Let's go to number 2 on my list, and I'll pop the hood for this one. And this is actually my neighbor's Suburban that I've been working on for a couple years now, and so I'm somewhat familiar with some of the repairs that have been done. These ones have the engine mount, and it's down in there, and there's one on the other side too, but this is the most common one, driver's side engine mount. I don't know what it is about it, but obviously a different material that they did, but I've never had to do an engine mount on any other Suburban. But 07 to 14, it's a high fail rate. I don't know the percentages, but I will show you what they do. I'll leave my camera here. So as you saw there, that engine, every engine needs to have some sort of play. That's why an engine mount is there. It's made out of a, rubberized material. And so you need some flex, but that is like this one's shot. And you can tell, like on your test drive, like if you get on it, like at a stoplight, for example, you don't like pound it to the floor, but if you get on it a little bit, you'll feel that kind of gunk, like it's like a clunk. And so if you're buying one of these, that's just something you can do to negotiate the price. But that would be my number, I guess, 2. I just off the top of my head, like common thing that goes wrong is engine mounts on these things. Now I will, one other one here that I just thought of is actually because I'm working on this. I was backing up out of the shop here, and I got another clunk. It wasn't initially, I thought I was motor mount, but I'd already diagnosed that. And this was the lower ball joint. And so on my passenger side here. So I have actually, and maybe you guys can comment on this, but I feel like on the 07 to 14, my upper ball joint and my lower ball joint on these, I actually replace more than any other gen. Could be wrong, but that's just been my experience, and I've, you know, worked on a decent amount of these things, especially the uppers, I would say. And you know, it's not like a crazy difficult job. You just get an upper control arm with a ball joint. You know, I use like a Moog upper control arm, and so it's not like a crazy big job, which is nice, but it's still like, you know, like what the heck, you know, because on previous gens, I, you know, didn't have to do that very much. So that's my number 3. Now let's get on the interior of this thing. Dashes. So you can see right there, you see like how that's broken. This did not happen on previous gens. If it gets really bad, it'll come like right here even, and I've seen them all over the place. Sometimes they'll have a speaker right here, and so it's like a heavy speaker, and then so that's gonna like put more weight on there and it'll crack out. Anyway, there's a lot of different places it can crack. We fix this problem. We have a dash mat that you glue on, and if you use a good brand, then you know, you fix it. But that's just one other problem that's very common on these. Another interior one that I remembered, these chrome handles. These ones are in really good shape, but a lot of times that chrome will peel off, and it actually will cut you. And so if you like test drive one of these things and they have like tape wrapped around it, that's probably why. You might find some blood there also, but they will cut you. So just be careful if you're driving one of these. Again, not a bad, you know, replacement. All of these things are easy to do and replace, and they're very affordable. But on the previous gen, it had like a big plastic handle that never did that. So that's another thing. Chrome door handle peeling. Another door handle one is these outside door handles. So this one's a good shape, obviously, but you will see like some separation sometimes, and just this whole mechanism will break. And so again, and I haven't had to do that on like 2006's 90s Suburban. Yeah, every time they're gonna break. So it's better than the 90s probably. But 07 to 14, these plastic handles, you know, aren't as robust as I would have liked. For the next one, the back hatch handle. So sometimes this lock mechanism just doesn't work, and you have to fix that, which I would say they go out more than previous gens. And then also if you have a power assist one, sometimes that power lift gate motor, that will go bad. So there's a couple more with the lift gate. And then this back one right here, oh, their button is there. So this button well, it's not functioning, but this button right here that opens up the back hatch, it like will just like disappear. And so that like back hatch related things. So that concludes this little walk around tour of our items. What did I have? I had engine mount, AFM, upper and lower ball joints, dashboard cracking, interior and exterior door handles, and then that hatch issue with the handle and with the power assist. I mean, obviously anything can break on a car, and I am not trying to rag on this gen. I love this gen. Don't get me wrong. They're fantastic on the highway. They have a rack and pinion instead of a pitman and, you know, idler arm setup, and you know, those are actually, I think they last longer. So I think they did a good job on that for sure. Drivetrain rise, love having the 6-speed, you know, like on this one, fantastic, you know, transmission, better fuel economy. You know, there's a lot of pros, but, you know, there's going to be cons for every gen, and hopefully that gives you a little overview of this generation. Nothing to be scared about, honestly. You just have to be careful with certain things for every generation of car. Suburbans, I still love them, and I still love this gen, and hopefully you guys do too. But if you guys got anything out of this video, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps out. Comment below if you guys have any other, top things that go wrong with this gen, and we'll catch you on the next video.